All right, so like I said, I'm going to go over a couple in each section. Make sure you're on the right track. You do have to write equations after you get through the first 5. You have to use the key information to do that. So most of these you're going to have to look at the diagram and see the angle pair, or take the key information to set it up. All right, so on the first one, number 1, what type of angle pair is shown? What key information is given to help you problem solve? Yeah, how do we know it's complementary? You're right, because the box right there. So this is complementary. I'm just going to abbreviate that, angles, which means it has a sum of 90. So we're just adding or subtracting to make 90. What about 2? What do you see? Yeah, it's a linear pair. And what's its relationship? A linear pair are adjacent, acute, and obtuse angles on that make a straight angle on a line. So what does a linear pair equal? Yeah, LP for linear pair. It should equal 180. On number 3, there's 2 types of angles you should see. What do we know? You have vertical. Who's the vertical? Who's vertical? Yeah, Y is vertical to what? 107. Vertical angles are congruent. So we already got the answer to Y. Besides vertical, what else do we have? How am I going to get to X and Z? Yeah, you have a linear pair. Subtract it from 180. Yes. All right, and then on 4, right there, it tells you the keyword supplement. So that means it has to have a sum of 180. And right here, keyword complement means it has to have a sum of 90. So then from this point on, now you have algebraic equations that you're going to have to write using the key information. So on number 2, what's the keyword? Yeah, linear pair right there. 1 and 2 form a linear pair. What does that mean about angle 1 and 2?
That they make a 180-degree angle, and they're also they form a straight line, and they're also adjacent.
Yes. So I know right now, angle 1 plus angle 2 is going to have a sum of 180. And then right here, they tell us what angle 1 is. So I can substitute that 5x plus 9 for angle 1. And they tell me angle 2 is 3x plus 11. Now I have my equation. Now it's just solving for x. You need to solve for x and then plug it in to find the measure. So 6 is linear pair. That was the keyword. 5 vertical angles. That means angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. 8 complementary angles. That means it has a sum of 90. So angle K plus angle L equals 90. Now we can substitute for K and L right here. K was the 3x plus 3. L right here, 10x minus 4, sum of 90. What I'm noticing, because I'm going to give back some papers to you, we're making algebra errors that are preventing us to get full credit. We should be combining like terms here. This is a total of 13x minus 1 equals 90. So make sure we're not making algebra errors. This so far has been the most asked question 9 and 10. So let me help you set these up. If I go based on the first sentence right here, if P is a measure, if the measure of P, is 3 less than twice the measure of Q, I don't have the measure of Q. So I'm going to define Q, the angle Q is my X. Then angle P, I'm going to show 3 less twice that. Twice Q would be 2x, 3 less would be minus 3. Then it tells me here that P and Q are supplementary. So that means an angle P plus my angle Q equal 180. Now I can substitute the equation. My 2x minus 3 plus the x equals 180. So So if you did not set this one up correctly, please correct it. You have to solve for x and then plug it in to find the angle measurement. So 10 is like number 9. On this first sentence here, if the measure of b is 2 more than 3 times c, well, I don't know what c is, so that's my unknown that I'm going to define as x. And angle b, I need to show 2 more than 3 times that. How would I show 2 more 3 times x?
3x plus 2.
Yep, 3x plus 2. Now, it tells me here, b and c are complementary. So now we can set up the equation. All right, so that's the front. On the back, we have some more algebraic thinking. Now they're giving you diagrams. You need to recognize the angles. 11, they're showing you vertical angles. And what's their relationship? What's so special about vertical angles? They're congruent. So that means your setup should be, 6x plus 7, congruent means equals 8x minus 17. On 12, what type of angle pair are they showing you? Yeah, linear pair, which means they equal 180. All right, so we're seeing the right thing. That's good. On 13, we have to remember what this upside down symbol means. What is that indicating? Perpendicular, which means intersect the right angle. So we have to add that box to show 90 degrees. And then we need to label the given angle B, DBE, DBE. And that interior is the 2x minus 1. And the angle CBE. And this interior, that angle is 5x minus 42. We should be adding these to make it equal 90. So our equation, the 2x minus 1 plus the 5x minus 42 equals 90. You need to combine like terms and solve for x. 14, the keyword is bisects. We still have some that are struggling with this. You'll see that on your tests. What does bisect mean? Splits in 2. I can take that into 2. What else could I say it means? So what does that mean? Splits into 2. Huh? 2 parts of whole. Okay. So what are the 2 parts then? Yeah, the PQS is one part and SQR is the other part. Bisect means that it's going to divide, guys. It divide into 2 congruent parts. And what I'm seeing is the issue is we don't understand that this part is equal to this part. This angle is equal to this angle. And the other thing that you're struggling at, we're still not understanding PQR. I know you're tracing the letters, but then you're putting it over here. You're writing stuff over here. The angle is showing the distance from ray to ray. So 82 is the whole angle. And we're still mixing up a whole angle compared to a part of an angle. And a whole, if I know the whole angle, it never is the part. You want to make those two equal. And that, I mean, I can physically see that they're not. One's bigger than the other. So some people did on the test, they said, oh, this is 82, then that means I know that's 41 and 41. It just divided it. And then they said, oh, 10x plus 1 equals 41. Then I had some, well, no, I could just double that 10x plus 1 equals 82. Either way would work. You get the same answer. But if you don't understand this, then you can't get these right. What bisect means. All right, 15 through 17, you got to find x first. So you need to write an equation for x first. If I look at the 2 angles that I have for x, 10x minus 61, this is the obtuse angle here, and the x plus 10 is the acute angle. These two angles together are on that line, so they're a linear pair. So to find x on this one, you're going to use linear pair. Once you find x, you're going to plug it in to find y. Okay, you have to find x first, plug it in, and use it to find y. So first find x, then you're going to plug in the value of x to find y. So if I'm doing number 16, I should again use this angle, this line, excuse me, and these two angles being a linear pair. First, we're doing a linear pair with x, and then plug it in to find y. On the last one, the keyword is bisects. NP is the bisector of the angle M and Q. That is the whole angle here. So the two congruent parts are such MNQ, which is the whole angle. Oops.
For the 16, couldn't we just double the 2 y?
No, this, no, because this is just this angle right here. This is 90, yeah, but on this one you need to use, to get to the y, you have to use the other line. So you're gonna have to use this line. That line has 1, 2, 3 angles on it. You have to add 90 plus this angle here, plus the y equals 180. That's why you got to plug in it for x. All right, so we got the whole angle here, and then they tell us here that our P and Q is 78 right there. And then our R and M, that is way over here. That is the 3y minus 9. You need to use the whole angle, meaning if that's 78, then it's 78 over here, which means the whole angle is what value? Yeah, 156. So we should start off using this 8x plus 12 equals 156. Solve for x to get your x, but then for your y, I already know 78, 78, so I just need to use my line right here, that is 180. If I add all three angles up, they would have a sum of 180 to find the y. All right, so this is due before you leave class, guys. If it's not in the tray when you leave, it's officially late. When you're done, get a laptop, and you're going to quizzes.